What do you mean by what's that? Remix. Remix. Beat. Remix. Remixing is okay. 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 Remixing is okay. Okay. Okay.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Scarlett.
And this is ZDH News at 9. Today's newscast, in continuation of the past few days, will be recapping major events of the Cold War due to its recent end.
That's correct. The Cold War has ended, and today's segment will be focusing on details of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Here are some videos of this news channel's exclusive coverage detailing the 10-day period of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Please enjoy.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Scarlett.
And this is ZDH News at 7.
Breaking news erupted today in the White House when President Kennedy announced the beginning of a new chapter in the Cold War.
This new occurrence is being dubbed the Cuban Missile Crisis. Stay tuned for ZDH News official documents of this address.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised, has provided the closest surveillance on the Soviet military buildup on the island of Cuba. Within the past week, there has been unmistakable evidence that has established the fact that there are offensive missile sites in preparation on that imprisoned island. This can be no other purpose than to serve the nuclear strike capability against the Western Hemisphere.
Earlier today, our own Scarlett sat down to mediate a friendly debate between Russian leader Gromyko and an American General MacArthur.
That's right. Stay tuned after that, because ZDH News reporter Susan White will be in the field with a Russian couple and an American housewife to hear their point of view on this crisis.
I'm Scarlett here with ZDH News, recording live a debate in studio with Russian leader Gromyko and American General MacArthur, here stating their views on the Cuban Missile Crisis. First up is America.
Our American peace has been threatened. This hemisphere has been charged with aggression. There are armed weapons against us and nuclear missiles have been taken up against us.
These weapons you claim have been raised are solely in defense. American missiles also threaten Russia. Do you think we are being threatened as well?
The U.S. shouldn't have to promise not to invade another country when we are being threatened. We should also not have to take down our protection in Turkey that we put up because of the Cold War, as we have claimed our differences.
The same words you have stated in that rebuttal can be used for my defense. The Russians also have the right to defend themselves, and if you say otherwise, it would be hypocritical of your part. Also, I do believe that Khrushchev, in response to his country's well-being, was submissive unto JFK's will, making him the better man.
Well, that's all the time today at ZDH News. Now a word from our sponsors.
Six months? 2 years? 2 weeks? What am I gonna do? Is this you? Do you find issues stocking your bomb shelter? Then try Imperishable Perishables.
None of this can last me a nuclear war.
This expires.
My company strives to make food that doesn't perish. Hence, Imperishable Perishables. Buy now, so we can prevail against the Russians.
Hi, we were just wondering what your views were on the current Cuban Missile Crisis.
Cuban Missile Crisis? I don't know anything about that.
Exactly! She has no idea what's going on, which means she does not have imperishable perishables, which means that she will not survive.
Imperishable Perishables is a chemically manufactured product. Just add to food and it lasts anywhere from 12 years to 1,013 years. Side effects include headaches, nausea, vomiting, and death within the first 24 hours. If you don't exhibit any of these symptoms, feel free to continue eating Imperishable Perishables. Call 1-800-PERISH. This is Susan White, reporting for ZDH News on location at Kharkov, Russia. Here with me today I have Mikhail Ravosky and his wife Anastasia. For our viewers back at home, we have a translator on the bottom of the camera so that you can understand the Ravoskys and they can understand you.
Shim Noet Nitak. Unus yes Groski Minez Butway. Amerikansky shiod yod sebie omani. Silni no oni nevaski vasi siot oviaska venens vinis petradi. In the vivaski to vigaski to visvas eviska minek siashiet.
Is vignette. Obushiski vignette, holdiet, vodiet, American, yego, abruyet, vodiut.
Oni dashni ponimacha tradi oni avashliet seal. Besa batami bikoniat Rosiu chotbi vigati to nosti voni.
This is Susan White for ZDH News in Houston, Texas. Here with me, I have Macbeth Chamberlain, a common housewife, and her thoughts on the Cuban Missile Crisis. So tell me, Macbeth, what are your views on this event?
I think what they're doing is horrendous out here, putting us through all this stress. Our children's lives are at stake.
And what steps are you taking to prepare yourself for what might be an upcoming nuclear war?
Whenever the threat of a nuclear war comes around this household, gets my husband all riled up. He's been building a bomb shelter in the backyard all day. He's been sending me to the grocery store, picking up food. We're running low on money as it is, and I gotta feed my son Bobby. He eats a lot, and this whole situation is just driving me crazy. Probably driving everyone else crazy, too.
And if you could just say a few words to the Russian leader, what would you say to him?
I'd say his acts right now, they're just barbaric. And us Americans, we're not barbaric, We have missiles too.
Do you even think that the Russians will fire their missiles?
You know what, I bet my bottom dollar they won't. Because if they do, remember that old saying, you mess with the bull, you get the horns? Well, us Americans, we're the bull. And our missiles, they're the horns. Bobby! Hey! Don't mess with that, boy!
This is Susan White for ZDH News.
I hope you enjoyed those clips.
I'm Polly.
And I'm Scarlett.
And this has been ZDH News at 9. Does it look bad?